Good morning, my name's Steve from Barnsley Essentials, and we are delighted today to have Millie Johnson in the studio now. Millie, how are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. I'm buzzing. I'm especially, at the moment. Yeah, I've got plenty of exciting things happening.
Even more so, of course, October. First of all, can you believe it's October 2025? What's that about?
Oh, where's the summer gone? I blinked and it disappeared.
Blinked and it's gone. So we won't say it's soon be Christmas.
Yeah, don't say. Mind you, do say that because Christmas is quite important for me this year.
Indeed. We'll get onto that soon. And in particular, this month, October 2025, is of major importance. It's a massive milestone for you, isn't it?
Yeah, it's 20 years ago this month since I got the call to say, you've got a book deal. I just, so much has happened within that 20 years, but it was the moment that my life had all been geared up for, and I got it.
So it was 2005?
2005.
Do you remember what you were doing at that time?
Yeah, I was sitting on the stairs because it was the Frankfurt Book Fair was happening. And my agent had said, look, nothing's going to happen round about Frankfurt because nobody's taking calls. Everybody's geared up for Frankfurt. So, and she rang me like the day before the Frankfurt Book Fair. It was a Friday night. And I knew what she was going to say, so I leapt in like I do. And I said, hi, Lucy, I know what you're going to tell me. Don't have to worry about it. I'm okay. I'll leave it until after Frankfurt, then we'll pick it up afterwards. And there was a silence, and she went, well, you're wrong. I've got you a deal. I sank on the steps. And I didn't expect it. I mean, the deal was rubbish. I mean, it was just, it wouldn't have fed me in Ryvitas. But it was a book deal. It was my foot in the door, 2-book deal. And I put the phone down, and everybody I rang my mum, I rang my best mate, I rang my second best mate, I rang all my other best mates. They were either engaged, it was going to voicemail, it was just nobody was picking up, and I was dying to...
I tell people the days before social media, so it's like you had to pick up phone.
You had to actually pick up the phone, or I ended up just like getting the kids in the car and driving around to my mum and dad's just so I could say to somebody, I've got a book deal. Oh, I can still remember it, absolutely fantastic it was.
Before we get on to, I mean, gosh, there's so much to talk about the last 20 years, and I know that's going to be another episode.
Yeah.
But before we get on, can you remember now, do you know how many books, exam question right now,
yes,
you have published in the last 20 years? Do you know the number?
Yeah, it's 23.
Wow.
23. That's full-length novels. There's a book of poetry, there's a couple of novellas, etc. But full-length novels, 23, and I think it's knocking on for 4 million book sales.
Wow.
But that's just in the UK. There's Sweden, Finland, all over the world. It's so hard to calculate, but it's millions now.
Just incredible. And of course, so 20 years and October as well, 23rd. What's exciting about October 23rd, Millie?
23rd is my 23rd book comes out on the 23rd of October. And it's this. I'm very, very, very excited about it. It's
it's a Christmas book.
It's a Christmas book.
So that's why Christmas is important.
This is why Christmas is important. It's coming out on the 23rd. Let the bells ring out. And it is... When my father died, 5 years ago now, I wrote a book called my last Christmas book, I Wish It Could Be Christmas Every Day, after the Roy Wood song.
You'll sing that in a bit, yeah?
Yes, I will, yeah. That'll turn your viewers right off, your listeners right off. And this one was written after my mum died. So I feel like I've got a brace of books, one for my mum, one for my dad. They're not... it's not the same characters, but there are crossovers. They're very much to sit on a shelf as a pair.
So can you tell us give us a bit of a synopsis about the book?
Yeah, I can indeedy. The first one was about, I Wish It Could Be Christmas Every Day. It's about 6 people all trapped in an inn over Christmas. This one is 7 people trapped on a train.
Brilliant.
All over Christmas. They're all going different directions, not in a good place, these 7 people, and they end up on this train getting a lift to a station, and it's hooked onto the back of this very luxurious carriage that makes the Orient Express look like a cattle truck, and it breaks down, and the guard and the engineer go off to try and get some help, and they're frozen, and they think, well, we're going to break into the front of the train and God knows how long we're going to be here for, but we need some heat, we need toilets, we need something to eat. So they're there for the full duration of Christmas, just as a radio with contact to the outside world that says, you're not going to get a rescue here, there's this train, blah, blah, it's broken down, just hunker down.
Make the most of it.
Make the most of it, and boy do they.
Any highlights then? They're going to make the most of the time during Christmas, stuck on this train.
Yeah.
Go on, give us a couple of sneaks.
Well, there's all sorts of. I mean, it's privately owned. This train. It's an American's bought it, and they're picking him up in Scotland. So it's full to the gills with luxury food, and these 7 people, as I say, they're all lost in their own lives, as it were, and they're not in a good place. But just having to sit there and just listen to the radio, make their own entertainment. They all start to talk, and they give to each other, but they also take. They learn from each other, and it's like, how far can you go? How far can you travel without actually going anywhere?
And it's such an important story in just where we are right now with social media and AI and people just engagement in general, really bringing back the whole community and just being together.
Yeah, just sitting around a table thinking, well, what can we do? I know, we'll make a Christingle. So they do that, and they think, right, what should we do at Christmas? We'll have a talent competition, you know, and it's that just coming together and just enjoying people. Yeah. And they're strangers, but by the end of it, their lives are not the same. And the reviews for it, I've got to say, it's terrifying when you send a book out there, especially one as important as this, because I think this is the best thing I've ever written. And the reviews have started to come in. People get like a free copy on NetGalley in return for an honest review, you would hope. All we ever hope for is a fair review. And the reviews are stonking, and people are getting from it what I wanted them to get from it. So I feel quite hard. There will be a stinker that comes along and says, this is the worst book I've ever read in my life. But I'll ride it. You know, you can't please everybody all the time.
So you say it's potentially the best book that you've ever written.
I think so.
It's aligned and it's important where we are in life at the moment. And so, I was going to come on to where the idea came from, but it feels like life.
It did, and it's a bizarre one because so many weird things happened around the first one. Because it was the year of COVID, and the tagline on it was a Christmas like no other, so they made it special. And it was like 6 people all trapped together for Christmas. Now, if you remember that Christmas, we were all isolated. You could only have 6 people around the Christmas table. And my publishers were getting quite nervous about this, thinking people aren't going to want to read about a story that is actually so reflective of life at the moment. Only 6 people around the Christmas table. It worked the other way. If Richard Osman hadn't have been blocking up the top spot forever, it would have got to number 1. It was my highest chart position. With this one, I never intended the first one to be the first of a sequel, a first of a series or anything like that. I didn't imagine to write a sequel for it. So I left it. But I think when my mum died, I just needed to put my energy somewhere. And I thought, I'm going to write another book. And my agent said, well, you can't go back to the inn. It's going to be too samey. And I thought, right, okay, I threw my toys out the pram. I'm not doing it then, And my partner was watching snooker in the room, and I was working. He went to the loo. This is relevant. He went to the loo. I went into the room to see if he wanted a coffee. Oh, he's not there. Why is he watching a Hallmark film, I thought? He's supposed to be watching snooker. So he comes in and says, why have you turned the telly over? I says, I haven't turned the telly over. He says, well, I didn't leave it like that. This, without a word of a lie, on the screen was a Hallmark film. I think it was one of those awful, like cobbled together things of all these people on a train over Christmas. Mm-hmm. And I thought, that's how I can do it. I'll put them on a train. Yeah. I'll put them on a train. So I wrote to the Orient Express, hoping they'd give me a freebie. All I wanted to do was to walk through. Yeah. Because we can walk through a train, but you can't walk. You can't, if you go on the Barnsley to Sheffield train, you can't imagine that all being kind of done out as an Orient Express. But no, they weren't having it. And a friend of mine said, I've just been on a Pullman train. It operates out of Wakefield, this train.
Of all places, just up the road.
Just up the road, Yorkshire firm. the guy, David Pitts, absolutely brilliant guy, owns a train, and it's a dining train. It's called the Northern Belle. The most beautiful dining experience. It's not a sleeper, it's a dining experience. And it is the best one. It's one of the 10 most luxurious trains in the world. And it's on my doorstep. I'd never heard of it. So I wrote to them. I actually booked, because I didn't want to be cheeky, I booked a lunch for me and my partner to go on. It was expensive, and it was worth double what I paid.
Really?
It was gorgeous. And then I contacted them and said, look, I booked here, can I come on and will you just walk me down? The sales manager, Howard, had worked on so many luxury trains, so he knew the inside. Gets on, the chef's from Barnsley.
No.
It's just like a gift. They were so lovely, all the information, and I write them, the silliest information that I need to get this right, the terminology, etc. They couldn't have been more helpful. And I'm on a mission now to get everybody on this flaming train, because the Northern Belle, it was even the title, because
Should we put the link in the comments?
Oh God, yes, do, because they are the loveliest people. It's the loveliest experience, and again, this fell into my lap, because this is Let the Bells Ring Out is obviously another line from I Wish It Could Be Christmas Every Day. And I actually met Roy Wood, who's got this book, and that was bizarre. All sorts of bizarre things happen. And bells, and he's saying, what are you going to call the train? I thought, I don't know. I think it was a Spirit of Yorkshire or something. I said, well, why don't you say Bell? You can't have Northern Bell, but you could have Yorkshire Bell. So it all fitted in, the bells. Let the bells ring out, the Yorkshire Bell, it's just bell heavy.
At the point where you walked back in the living room and it was on the TV, everything just fell into line, didn't
Everything, it was like a jigsaw, just making itself. And that's what happened with the first book. And I've never had it with any other book, apart from these two. It's like there's a magic.
Yeah, well, actually, that comes on to the next bit, because are you going to be doing signings for it? And if yes, then we need to get you doing signings on that train.
Yes, well, I think they probably will. But it's, I'm going back on, because I can't stay off. I might as well just pay all my salary straight onto the train. I am doing a load of signings, and if I may, I'll zip through them, actually, because there's all these are on my website, by the way, on the events page. But
we'll put them in the comments below as well.
Yep, I've got on the 15th of October, there's Bibi's in Leeds, Italian restaurant, and I'm doing that event with Susan Holder, who is, and she will not say this, and because she never ever capitalises on her association, but she's Noddy Holder's wife. She's a person in her own right. Really brilliant woman, I love her. I'm in Worksop Library on the 22nd of October. The launch is sold out, but on the 25th of October I'll be in the Book Vault in Barnsley in the morning signing books. Waterstones in Meadowhall that afternoon. 28th of October, the Town Hall in Wakefield. 29th of October, I'm in Liverpool, Crosby, with two of my mates, Jane Costello, Debbie Johnson. 1st of November, I'm in Yate Library near Bristol with AJ Pearce, who wrote Dear Mrs. Bird. I'm at the Frost Fair on the 7th and 8th in my happy place down in Market Deeping in Peterborough. St Helens Library on the 10th of November. Moat House in Stafford with Philippa Ashley on the 13th of November. 22nd of November, Mike's Famous Bookstall upstairs in the Market, one of my favourite gigs. Wentbridge House in Pontefract, 26th of November. I always do a Christmas special in Shaw Lane. It's sold out, but on the 17th of December, I'm doing the same routine on the Priory campus in Lunwood, because we did an event there recently, and it was absolutely fantastic. Everybody loved it, so we're doing another. And I've got freebies, if I can show you.
Show you. Hang on, there's going to be one missing, so there'll be one more to squeeze in when we get that train one as well.
Oh yeah, yes.
Let's see some merch.
But I've got, if you turn up for the launch and stuff, because this is a big celebration, 20 years in publishing, so I've gone a bit nuts. Yeah. I mean, I do. And I try and drive some traffic to, the Book Vault in Barnsley, who are taking pre-orders at the moment. I've only a finite number of these, by the way. So get your orders in. Also, nice. By the way, if you look on my website, if you do pre-order from anywhere, not the library, because that's cheeky, but if you a sale, you can get a download of loads of jokes and things, which again are relevant. So I've got this lovely, not everybody is going to get everything. They're going to get something of everything, but I've got a mug.
Oh, you
got a
can't-
mug.
Can't beat a good mug. can
The
you?
mugs are gorgeous.
Look at that.
They're gorgeous. And a coaster as well. I've got, I'll put this down here. Wait a minute. Hang on. I've even, for some people, got a little makeup bag with the Yorkshire Bell on it.
Love it.
Lovely planners, so you can plan the rest of your life. They will send out, by the way, at the Book Vault, but they're not going to be able to send up the mugs, etc. These are soaps. A little artisan soap makes these. White Christmas scented. They are gorgeous. Whip soaps, my favourite thing. If you do get a mail order, you'll get a lovely little natty diary and one of my lovely pens. I got in touch with the guy who made these and said, your rubber doesn't work. And he went, it's not a rubber, you daft beggar. From Sheffield, these people at Steel City. And it's one of those things that you put on your phone. It's like what they call it, I don't know what they call it, but
Touch
it's not.
screen pen.
It's not a rubber, and obviously you get a bookmark and then some yes/no coins, which are to decide your fate. So there's quite a lot going on. Like I said, not everybody will get everything, but until stocks last, with the events that I'm doing, there hopefully a lot of them, there will be something for everybody, even if it's just a pen and a book.
So October 23rd is the date.
October the 23rd is launch day. The big signing is the 25th in the Book Vault on the Saturday morning, that afternoon in Meadow Hill. So, get your orders in, because then I can assure you, until stocks last, we've still got plenty of stock, but if you do it sooner than later, you'll walk off with a really lovely goodie bag with love from me.
Millie, thank you so much for coming into Barnsley Essentials today.
It has been an absolute pleasure, Steve.
And can I say Happy Christmas?
No, you can't.
Thank you. Take care.
Thank you. Bye-bye now.